Welcome to GLP-1 Real Talk Live. This is such a great panel, and we're going to get started right away. I'm asking the panelists this first question. Since you've been on the GLP-1, tell us one way that your life has changed. Go ahead. We're going to give it to our birthday guy. Go ahead, Julio.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I love this question. Last night I did a live for my members, and my wife joined for the first time, and this question was asked of her. How has Julio changed since taking this medication, this journey? And I loved what she said, and of course, I agree 100%. She shared how present I am now in our family, how willing I am to do things that previously I dreaded, like going to theme parks or even just watching a movie. I was always the one that would fall asleep during a movie or, just wasn't interested in being around when the family was doing stuff because I felt like I was bringing the mood down because of my mood. So, since starting to take this medication, I've come back alive. It's like I want to do things. I want to walk. I want to, spend time with the family.
Thanks, Julio. And we'll go ahead and pass it on to Liza. Same question. What has changed since you've been on a GLP-1?
Okay, I know a lot of you don't know that I have a condition called HS, which is called hidradenitis suppurativa, and it's an inflammatory condition to where I get painful lumps up under my arms, where they get so bad to where I'm not mobile when I do have them. They hurt really, really, really bad. So anyone that is suffering from that, they know exactly what I'm talking about. But since starting the GLP-1, I've noticed that I haven't had those flare-ups for over almost a year now. I mean, I get little spots to where it's tender, but other than that, it's no pain at all. So that's one of my ways of being on a GLP-1. Also, my clothes are fitting differently. I now enjoy shopping to whereas when I would go shopping, I would stay in the store for hours trying to find something to put on, and now I'm just in and out. So those are just some of the ways that my life has changed since being on a GLP-1.
That's great. Go ahead, Trina.
My life has changed. I'm able to breathe now and to walk normally without having to wheeze because I'm diagnosed with asthma also. Um, so with the weight coming off, I'm able to stop all the wheezing and I can just breathe easily now.
I know that's right. Breathing better. That what a win. What a non-scale victory for your weight loss journey. And that last but certainly not least, our good friend Grant. How has your life changed since
Well, the
taking the
main thing
GLP-1?
that Mounjaro with the GLP-1 has changed for me is getting my sugar under control, which is the domino effect really on a lot of areas of my life. I sleep better because of that. I, don't have to go to the restroom as much at night. So, I mean, that getting glucose under control is just such a big thing for me to be able to live my life a lot better.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Grant. And we want to hear from you and our viewers today. Thank you all for being here for this edition of the GLP-1 Weight Loss Panel. It's our regular Monday night panel, and we are exist because of you and because of your great questions. A special thank you to all of those who came by early and dropped questions on our post or in this chat. And y'all, we do have a poll question going for you today. Go ahead and check that out, especially if you're on the horizontal stream. And we want to say our hellos to everyone that is joining us today. I am your host. I'm Kendi K all day. And one way that my life has certainly changed is because it has just, I don't crave food like I used to. There's just simply not a reason to do that. There is less of that emotional eating, that urge to emotionally eat. I just, food has a different priority in my life now since being on a GLP-1. Here I am. Food has a different priority in my life since being on a GLP-1. Can't you tell that I am your host today? Okay. So here's some questions though. Let's go ahead and start questions from the panel again. Here's one for all of us. What was the hardest thing in the beginning? And I'm trying to think whose beginning is most recent for us, and it's probably you, Gemini Diva. Trina, what was hardest for you when you started taking a GLP-1? And you might want to give us a little bit of background because you are one of the few who has taken more than one GLP-1.
Yes. I started off on Ozempic. Um, I made the decision to switch to Mounjaro. I'm now at the 7.5. The hardest for me is, and in the beginning, it was what to eat. Um, that was the hardest. When they exercise, what to eat, just normal everyday things. That was the hardest thing.
Thanks, Trina. And who else wants to take that one? What was hardest during as you started your GLP-1 journey? And don't forget to tell us what medication you're taking and how long.
Go ahead,
Julio,
buddy.
and then I see Grant wants to chime in on that one too. No problem.
Sounds good. Thanks, Grant. So I'm on 5 milligrams of Zepbound. I started November 3rd, 2025. So today is my ninth month anniversary, I guess. I the hardest thing for me was the lack of information. It was like I had this medication. My doctor gives me the sample box. I bring it home, and I'm like, "What is it? What's happening?" When I injected myself, I immediately had the food noise. I was one of the lucky ones. The food noise went away for me entirely in about 2 hours after taking the medication, and I didn't know what was going on. And it was, I was diving deep into YouTube trying to figure out. So for me, I think the hardest part was not being educated, not having the information, which I know most people go through this, and that's what these these are for. That's why these lives and these panels and all this information. While I'm doing a YouTube channel, to be able to pass my experiences on to others. And but that was definitely the hardest part. Was like, what is going on? All the questions, a million questions in my head, and trying to figure things out. So for sure, that was the hardest part.
Well, for me, the hardest part at first was just not wanting, try not to give up. That feeling when you first start of the body getting used to that medication and getting acclimated. You know, for me at least, the side effects really were pretty bad on the diarrhea and constipation going back and forth. And then the emptying at some points too, when your body's trying to get rid of a lot of bad that was still in your system. So, remembering that is just a temporary step into the whole picture was hard for me. But, that's why I try to tell others, keep trudging on one day at a time. Don't give up.
Okay, I would have to say the hardest part for me in the beginning was getting adjusted to the medication. I suffered from fatigue really, really bad. And I haven't heard anyone really mention about the weakness in your legs. Like both of my legs were really, really weak. So in the beginning, it was mostly the fatigue for me. It was hard.
Thank you. And that's harder for me. Probably dealing with the constipation and a little bit like what Trina said, just learning what to eat.
Hmm.
All of those fried foods and spicy foods, my gut just did not like those things. So as we're talking about side effects, those are probably the hardest things. But y'all, when I say hard, it was like after the first week or two, you know what to eat. You know how to eat on the medication because that is what works well for your body. And if you don't eat the right things and in the right way, then your body is going to react to that because of the medication. And I appreciate that actually because it gets me right back on track. And then we had some questions coming in. And so let's get some of those up on the screen. And this one coming from Yvette. Yvette asks, do you all plan to take GLP-1s for life? And so I know we've got Liza, who's been on GLP-1s for quite a while. Grant is just entering maintenance. And then let's get another perspective in there. Julio, you and then Trina, y'all can take it in that order. So, Liza, why don't you chime in first?
I think I will be on the GLP-1s, maybe for life, because if my HS flares are under control while using the medication, I may not stay on a higher dose. I might just go down to 2.5, but I do plan on being on GLP-1s um, for a good little while, just because of the benefits of the inflammation, not so much as the weight loss. But for the inflammation purposes, yes, I plan on being on it for life as of right now.
Yeah, with the diabetes, I plan on being on it, for life because it's just, I don't want to ever have to go on insulin or anything else. So that's my plan at this point.
And Grant, would you tell us a little bit why you feel because of diabetes you were likely have to stay on the GLP-1 medication? How has your diabetes improved since being on a GLP-1? But can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, thankfully, my A1C is down to 4.8, so they want you to be around 5. But my research and my communication with not only my doctor but several others is that diabetes is not curable. Some people think it is, but it's treatable. But if you go off the medication, more than likely it's going to shoot back up. So, you know, my doctor and I agree. We just need to remain on it as long as possible, as long as insurance will pay for it at least, and then find other ways to get on it if that ever would stop.
That makes sense. Julio,
So I am eternally grateful to this medication that the food noise is gone. That was horrific for me. The level of food noise that I had prior to this medication, I can't even begin to explain how my brain, my thoughts were continuous, never-ending thoughts of food and binging and eating, and it was just nonstop, horrific nightmare level food noise. So I will do just about anything for me to never ever have to go back to that nightmare. And if it means staying on this medication for the rest of my life, I am more than willing to do that. I have come to terms that that may be the case, and I'm good with that. So more than likely it'll be forever, but uh, never say never. And we just don't know if a year from now or 2 years from now, 3 years from now, something. I mean, obviously more stuff could come out, but as we stand right now, this is the way it's probably going to be. Microphone,
Microphone.
Candy, you're muted.
and so I'll just be quiet and I'll shoot that over to Trina to answer that same question. Do you feel like you're going to have to stay on GLP-1s for a lifetime? Because that is a common discussion point at this moment. GLP-1s have been around for at least 10 years, made most available to those who could pay for them, right? And are now becoming more and more common as a treatment for type 2 diabetes and or for just weight loss. So Trina, how do you feel about possibly staying on GLP-1s for life?
I'm going to stay on until my doctor tell me I no longer can take it. Um, it's helped to control my diabetes, and I'm grateful that it has that ability. I will stay on for life if I have to. I I'm trying to get off taking insulin, but this I might have to. I don't know. That's something I will have to talk to my doctor about.
I think Trina makes a very important point. Y'all, we are not medical providers. We're just sharing our weight loss journeys. We're sharing our real stories of our real life. And we all have health conditions, comorbidities, as they call them. And that was reason number one for me starting my GLP-1 journey is my comorbidities, including excess weight causing me to have a total knee replacement and taking as many as three high blood pressures medications every day. So um, I'm on the road to better health thanks to my GLP-1. And y'all, drop in the comments and let us know what are you thinking about as consumers of GLP-1s, as users of GLP-1s. How do you feel about that question? Do you anticipate, will you take your GLP-1 for life if that's what's needed? So many folks are joining us in the comments, and I am going through and looking for questions. So go ahead and put two question marks and drop a couple of Q's in front of it so that we can find your questions. And I think we've got another one here that was already given to us beforehand. So I'll go ahead and pop that one up. Kind of along the same line, this is for someone I guess probably just starting, but how soon do you feel like how soon will I notice a difference in my appetite? That's the question. Whoever wants to take that one.
Well, I would say it would definitely depends on the person, due to everybody. Everybody takes the medication differently. I noticed it within that first week when I started taking it. I noticed a difference. Sometimes it can be as soon as you take it, the first time you take your dose, like the next day, 24 hours, you may feel the effect. But just give it a little time. But again, it just depends on your body, how medication tastes. Some people is immediately you can feel it, and then others it may take a little while.
Anyone else want to take that one? How soon did you notice?
Like I totally agree. I totally agree with Liza. Some people feel it, right then and there. I'm not that one. I didn't really notice my appetite change until like maybe a week or so after that. Um, it's not about what you eat, it's how much you eating. Um, well, that's what my doctor told me. um, I'm sorry, got a little itch in I need to wash my hair. um, yeah, so I was not one of the ones that seen it immediately. I happened to like little changes. It wasn't big, huge changes. It was little bitty changes. I'm not drinking this. I'm not eating that much. I'm not eating eating this, I'm not eating that. I mean, it was small changes. It's not the big difference I seen in my appetite.
Okay. And Trina, before I bring everyone back up, we've got a response here from Anne. She says that like you, she is has also has asthma. And since being on a GLP-1 and losing 65 pounds, congratulations, Anne. Congratulations on that 55-pound weight loss. But it's not just about the weight. Beyond the weight, she now uses that um, inhaler or her rescue inhaler far less, and she's taking a 7.5 milligram dose of Zepbound. Y'all, if you are on a weight loss journey, would you drop
Yeah.
down in the comments and let us know what medication you are taking and what dosage you are taking. And I want to do a round robin really quick. We're going to start with Grant and go straight across to Julio. And then we'll do the top row back to Trina and then Eliza. Just let everyone know, because that's what makes this panel so great, is that you get to hear from so many folks who we're all on different medications, or even if we're on the same medication, we're on different at different stages in our journey. So Grant, would you just give folks a quick dose update, how long you've been on the medication, and if you care to, how much weight you have lost today?
Well, I'm on Mounjaro, 15 milligram at this point, and I've been on it since January 19th of 25, so about the 79th week now for me. I'm on maintenance after losing 85 pounds.
I am on 5 milligrams of Zepbound since November 3rd, 2025, 9 months today. And I started my journey at 247 pounds. I'm 194 pounds right now, and I'm hoping to get to 170.
Nice. Um, I first was on Ozempic for a year and a half. I made the decision to switch to Mounjaro in January of this year. I'm now at the 7.5 of Mounjaro.
All right. I'm as of right now, I'm on 12.5 compound trizipatide. I did start off in the beginning with a name brand, but that was due to having samples. And my starting weight was 291 pounds. And I started my journey in November of 2024. And I am now sitting at a weight of 185 pounds. And my goal is 165.
Wow, I wish I had my pen and pencil and I could like calculate that, or my calculator. Wow, that is an awesome amount of weight for all of us. Congratulations to each of you. Liza, wow, what a tremendous weight loss. There, but it's even beyond that, y'all. It's this the title of our topic for today is beyond the scales, and because there are so many more things for us to be grateful for this weight loss medication. I heard one of our panelists say earlier that they're so grateful for this medication, and I, for one, I know that I am grateful to be taking this medication. I'm taking Zepbound, and I actually am a self-pay customer. Um, Paying for my Zepbound because it is excluded from my employer sponsored insurance. It is excluded, and that is the case for some. Um, how else? Let's just kind of do a checkpoint before we dive back into the things beyond the scale for why we are using GLP-1s in our lives at this moment. But how are you paying for your medication, so that folks can know that we also have diversities in that? So I'm a self-pay customer using Zepbound, and I'm on the 5 milligram dose. I see you smiling, Julio, our birthday guy.
I am on self-pay with Zepbound with Eli Lilly. I get it through Walmart. I do the videos of going to Walmart and picking up my medicine because I get excited every time I get to pick it up.
And question for you, Julio. I've heard this, and I kind of debated getting my medication right from Lilly Direct. That's what they call it, Lilly Direct. I debated picking up from Walmart because that's kind of a new program that they just added in the last, what, 4 or 5 months?
Right.
Or should I have them ship it to me at home? Have you ever had an occasion where that medication was not available from your local Walmart?
No, so far it's been on point every time. Yeah. I get a text message that if I want it refilled, I hit yes. And then, like, 3 days later, they're like, it's filled, ready for you. Then I go and pick it up. My Walmart's about 2 miles away. So it's pretty simple. And I don't have to worry about it being delivered, being outside, and being worried about that stuff. So it's nice to go and pick it up. Plus, it's a little trick to Walmart. And last time I went, I bought a pair of 34 pants that I could finally fit in a 34. So that was just a plus. I
Wow.
enjoy doing. Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations on that weight loss, Julio.
Thank you.
And Grant, how are you and your family paying for not one medication, but your family has two GLP-1 medications for that? Give us a little update on that, Grant.
Yeah, I'm covered by my insurance for Mounjaro. I pay 25 a month for that, and then Christie's on compound, so we get that through Weight Care. So, but that is self pay there.
You on mute? You on mute?
Liza, go ahead and give us your update on how you pay for your medication, you and your family.
I am also self-pay, and it's by a pharmacy that was recommended by my provider, and it is shipped to my home monthly.
And then, Trina, how do you pay for your Manjaro?
I don't. It's part of my diabetic medications. Um, so I have no copays whatsoever because it's covered under diabetic needs.
Okay. And y'all, Trina, why don't would you take a moment, Trina, because yours is a particularly poignant story. And the fact that you're here with us, your testimony is so powerful, Trina.
Okay.
And
Um.
thank you for being a part of our panel. After 21 weeks, thank you for being here on our panel and taking the courage, having the courage to tell your story.
Okay. First, I am a stroke survivor. I was. I was born with an enlarged heart. Um. That coupled with I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure at the age of 35. At the same time that I stayed, I at 37. I'm 47 now. So I made the decision to I gotta do something. You know, my I had kids, I got grandkids. You know, they need me more and more every day. So I made the decision that me. So it's either go under the knife and get it all taken care of one time, or do it on do it slowly on week. I have a lot of people in my corner, folks that play. I'm cool with football players. I mean, they motivate me to go to the gym every day. My kids, my grandkids, they'll call me and say, you know, Mom or Mama TT, did you do this today? Did you do that today? Let's get up and go. So I mean, they motivate me a lot, but I ultimately made the decision to have this.
Thank you so much, Trina. And let's kind of just move into being on life before a GLP-1 and life now that we're on these GLP-1s. However long you've been a part of your journey, let's talk about movement and fitness. Tell us something that you did or how you're moving your body now as compared to prior to GLP-1. And I know I was over there on Julio's channel watching him, I think yesterday with your lovely wife. So good to finally get to meet her. But you were talking about, she was talking about um, you not even participating in going to the amusement parks and things like that. And so tell us, give us an example of what movement is like for you now on your GLP-1 weight loss journey versus what your activity level was like before the weight loss. You are muted, Julio. Julio, you are muted.
I'm sorry about that. So I could talk. I could talk. I could talk about this forever, but I'll try to be as brief as possible. I started before I started this journey. I had reached points where I couldn't walk 10 feet anymore. I mean, I didn't go anywhere. I stayed home as much as possible. The pain was excruciating, back pain, sciatica. It was pretty rough. I didn't even go on field trips with my son. Missed a lot of stuff and definitely did not want to do the parks. When I went to the parks, it was miserable for me. I wanted to stop at every restaurant and take a break and or every bench and so, yeah, I ended up making a video. I've got a video of me at SeaWorld with my family recently. Obviously, after the medication, after starting to take the medication, and I made the video because it was unbelievable. Looking forward to going to an amusement park and being able to walk the entire day, and not we didn't even stop at one single restaurant. It was just continuous walking and being able to do that now. It's a completely different lifestyle that not only am I benefiting from it, but my family is benefiting from it. And that's what I always say on my channel when I tell people, I know that this is a very expensive medication, it's very tough, but remember, there's nothing more important, at least for me, there's nothing more important in my life than this medication. And the reason is because I don't look at it as the medication. I look at it as for me. I look at it as this medication has changed the entire lives of my entire family. My entire family benefits from this medication. I inject myself with Zepbound, and my entire family gets the benefits of it. So when you take this medication, your life changes. It changes the lives of everyone, your job, your career, and your family. And that's why, yeah, it's completely changed.
Well, I've turned from a couch potato to wanting to get out more and exercise. Some of the things I do enjoy is walking. As I think I've mentioned before, I have a walking pad. Well, those of you who haven't heard, I have a walking pad, and I'm on that walking pad in the morning, in the evening. I just enjoy exercise, and I recently um, joined Planet Fitness, and I do go there as well as far as my strength training because I like the different machines. But just getting out with my family, working out, my boys, they're fit. And they used to always be like, Mom, you want to go to the gym with us, or you want to go and run at the park or walk at the park? When I was at 291 pounds, the answer was always no, or maybe I'll do it next weekend. But now I'm on board, and half the time I'm waking them up now on the weekends, and they don't want to get up and exercise, but I'm ready. So it has really changed the way my body feels. I sing on the praise team. I'm up there every Sunday and standing most of the time, singing for praise and worship. And at 291 pounds, my back will hurt so bad. And I'm like, I know this is gonna be the time Pastor come out and he's gonna be long with it. So it's changed for me. I can stand longer and praise and worship as well. So it's all a win-win.
Yeah, Liza, I don't know about you, but with the praise and worship, I feel like my breath, I can get my breath easier and I can actually hold notes out longer.
Hmm.
That really changed for the better too. But, as for movement, I started January 25 and I really didn't start doing a lot more exercising until about October. Yeah, October after that. So, I wasn't one that went straight to exercise with mine, which, I still had great progress without it. But, for me, it felt like I really needed to do something to keep the muscles up and even increase my muscles from what they ever have been, just to, feel better. And, after I started at the gym in October of 25, I really started to enjoy it. Now, I've told Doses of Shiny in the past, I'm not addicted to it like she said she is, but I still enjoy it when we do go. Actually, these past few weeks, me and Christy have actually started to train together with the same trainer, and uh, we really are having fun with it. So I'm excited to see how that goes forward. But actually, I get an eVolt body scan, it's called, at Anytime Fitness once a month. And it's basically a fancier Hume body scale kind of thing. And from July to August alone, it showed I gained 1.8 pounds. However, 1.1 of those pounds was muscle. So it's great to see my body continues to gain muscle even after this long. You're muted there, Candy Cane.
Don't you just love this helpful panel, y'all? We're dealing with a little bit of an echo issue, but I think we're finally managing it. If I could learn to sit on mute and then take it off again. But right now, I am during my 23rd week on Zepbound. Friends, I am working out with physical therapists. There was a wreck a month or two into my GLP-1 journey here in April the 2nd. There was a wreck, and by the grace of God, I'm still here. And so I'm working with physical therapists every twice a week, and also being supported by my chiropractor twice a week, and also a dietitian, a part of my health team, along with my medical doctor, my primary care physician. But I'm noticing we've got a couple extra questions about cost and access, and so I want to make sure that we're sharing what some of our viewers are telling us about their journey. And I would, if we could also, yeah, we got Mounjaro Journey with Pam, who says that she had her first $25 copay with Costco. And then starting in January 2024, there was zero copay. And y'all, if you want to connect with Manjaro Journey with Pam, she is one of our regular panelists, and all of our channel handles and our channel links are in the description box. So you can look for those right now and get connected with all of our panelists. So thank you. So y'all, some insurance is paying out, and I have heard that Sam's Club and Costco have some of the lowest uh, copays and medication costs if you are a paying customer for that medication. Julia, looks like you've got something to share with that. Go ahead.
I I pay out of pocket. I don't have my insurance didn't help me any. Um, but I do know that there's there's so many options out there. The different compounding medications are available at different prices and lower prices and things of that nature. So there's ways of saving for sure.
And one thing that I also know too, there's now a bridge program. My auntie was so excited, and she called me last week and she was like, Candy K, girl, you are not going to believe it, because I have been singing the praises of GLP-1s and especially my Zepbound. And she said that she is eligible for Medicare because she is a lady of a particular age, right? And so she said, I was approved for the bridge program. And so I see that bridge program is popping up all over. And so y'all, if you are a senior, if you are a person who is seasoned in your years and you are Medicare eligible, y'all, you are probably also eligible for the bridge program. So ask for that by name when you see your primary care physician. Ask them about the bridge program and ask them about these GLP-1s. Something else that I just learned, y'all, and confirmed is that Mounjaro, and y'all just do a quick hand raise for me if you are a Mounjaro user here on the panel this week. And Zepbound users.
Well, it's all the same.
So Mounjaro and Zepbound, or a compounded formula, y'all, Mounjaro and Zepbound are the exact same medication.
Hmm.
Exact same medication, same formulary. The only difference is Mounjaro is branded to treat type 2 diabetes, which is how some people are able to take Mounjaro and get it paid as part of their insurance plan. And then Zepbound has the diagnosis or the treatment of weight loss and being overweight. And so that's sometimes why it is not allowed. But yeah, learning new things every day, and you can certainly learn a lot on at the GLP-1 weight loss panel. Y'all, we've been here every week for 21 weeks and just sharing what we know and sharing our own stories. Go ahead, Julio.
So I do want to share this. Before I started or when I started the medication, I was having a hard time. I was like, wow, this is going to be expensive. And at the time, it was around $400 or 350 or something like that. Anyways, now I'm paying $450 a month for the medication. But and I said this on my channel. I made a whole video on it. I went back and I looked at my bank statements prior to taking the medication. I was a binge eater, and I know not everybody is. You know, we all have different journeys and stories behind before this medication. But I was a binge eater, so I was eating McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Arby's, Pizza Hut, different pizza places, Papa John's. I was eating out, Crystals, at least once, if not twice daily, 6, 7 days a week. So when I look back at my bank statements, I was clearing $200 to $500 monthly on fast foods alone. That's not even counting the times that we went out to restaurants and spent $150, $200 at a restaurant between alcoholic beverages and steak and lobsters and things of that nature. My entire eating habits have completely changed. I eat at home 99% of the time. I rarely ever eat out, and my food, our food bill is much less than that. So just on that alone, I consider the medication. I always say it's free. It's free for me. It's what I say. I don't pay anything for the medication, because what the fast food was doing at 400, $400 or $500 a month, and what the medication is doing for me at $450 a month is an entirely different ball game. So I just want people to really take that into consideration. Also, insurances are all different. My insurance, we're about to change it. It was going to cost $300 more a month, because we were going to change it because I was getting sick a lot. I was going to the hospital, going to emergency rooms. I was getting all kinds of chest pain, and from digestive issues and stuff like that. And I haven't been to the hospital since, and we didn't change my insurance. So instead of going up $300, we didn't do that. So just little things like that, I want people to really take into consideration that at the end of the day, we can save. And I know it's not like that for everybody, but it's something to think about.
And Grant, I saw you answering this question in the chat, but I want you to say it out loud so that everyone has a good answer for this. Do we need a prescription for Zepbound or any of the GLP-1s? Answer that for us, if you would, please, Grant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even compound, you need a prescription for.
Yes. And Jude is giving us a little bit more information about the Bridge program. And everyone, the reminder coming in also from Jude. Thank you, Jude. Thank you for being you, guy. Because y'all, we're right on the cusp of fall, and with fall, it's our open enrollment time. Whether you're on Medicare, Medicaid, or any of your employer sponsored insurance plans, y'all, it's fall enrollment time. And so be on the lookout. Start looking now. I know, 60 days out from our fall enrollments, usually like in October, November is when you're going to start that open enrollment on your insurance plans. Y'all, so start looking now, or just kind of be on the watch so that you can see and maybe think about switching over to a plan that is allowing GLP-1s, either for type 2 diabetes or for weight control, for weight loss, weight management, which is what Zepbound is prescribed for. I'm going to be on the lookout for more of our questions, but why don't we do a quick hydration check? Hydration is such an important component for your body to really, in order for that medication to work throughout your body. And these are weekly medications, weekly injections that we're taking, folks. But now there are even some pill forms. If you don't like injecting your body, and I am one of them, y'all, there are now even some weight loss pills. I know that Eli Lilly has a brand new pill called Foundeo, but it is a daily use. I thought about it, but then my doctor said, Kitty K, what are we doing? What are we doing? You're losing weight, you're doing great. And y'all, I am now 39 pounds down in week 23 of my Zepbound use. But let's do a quick hydration check. Thank you, Eliza. I'll take that. So, Eliza, we'll start with you. What are you sipping on, or maybe what is your favorite drink to stay hydrated with?
Water. I drink two of these 40-ounce cups. I stay away from juices and sodas, and I just try to stick with strictly water. Every now and then, I might put a little lemon in it for a little flavor, but strictly water.
Okay. Gemini Diva.
I have my water. I'm a big football fan, so I have like at least four of these cups. So I drink just water. I have some tea every now and then, but it's just water.
Okay, Trina, we didn't get the end of that. We didn't get the end of that. I don't know. You might want to pop out and come back in. I hope we're getting a good connection with everyone. Grant, what are you staying hydrated on?
Well, I like my flavored water. I rotate in between the Walmart brand, Sunkids brand. I just love that sugar-free packet water.
Julio, you want to go ahead and take it?
Yeah, I'm the same way as Grant. I do typically water, but I'll do the packets. I think they're Hawaiian Punch, but I don't buy them. My wife does. I couldn't even tell you which one. I know grape is my favorite flavor. Grape and fruit punch.
Oh my goodness, I love the Hawaiian Punch grape because to me it reminds me of Kool-Aid,
Yes.
and it's sugar free. But I will say, this might just be me, but when I drink too much of that, and that's how I know I'm drinking too much of it, I feel like it makes me constipated when I add too much of that Hawaiian Punch purple stuff. But y'all, it tastes just like old fashioned grape Kool Aid. And to me, it tastes sweet. But now, y'all, I'm hydrating too on water. So, are y'all catching that theme of water in our lives while on a GLP-1 journey? And you need that water to kind of flush that fat out of your system. You really do. And
Right.
and something that I've noticed, y'all, is and my doctor asked me put that in my chart after checking my blood work, put came back and put that in my chart that I needed to add electrolytes daily to my water. And y'all, I just use one packet a day, so I don't use the whole little. These are individual packs, and y'all, these were on sale at Wally World. Peak H2O hydration, and I had to pick these up because I was out of my Ultima, which is my preferred electrolyte packets. And but I just use one a day. These are zero sugar and they are on sale this week. So yeah, you got to stay hydrated out here. And plus, y'all, we're in the dog days of summer, so y'all stay hydrated. It's so important, and it's a critical, crucial part of our weight loss journeys. Here's a question for the panel: how has weight loss affected your body image, your mindset? Are you noticing any shifts there? Your relationships? Take that any way you want to, panelists. But how has weight loss affected your confidence, body image, your relationships, or your mindset? And same question to our viewers too. I'd love to see your answers and put them up. Oh, and I'm sorry, Greg, you had that. Darium is your buddy. I know that, and he was talking to you, belting out those high notes. Now that you're in a smaller frame, you get more wind in those lungs. I love that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Darium. Who wants to go first? Try it. Why don't you go with you, Grant?
But I continue to change my mindset when it comes to how I look. I mean, a lot of times by habit, I just still think I look the same. But then I look in that mirror and I'm like, man, I'm looking pretty good today. So, it's really boosted my self image, I feel, overall, when I actually think about it. But when by habit, sometimes I still think I'm that big person. It really mentally is a shift for sure.
Well, it has really boosted my confidence. Never was a person with low self-esteem, but when I look in the mirror, I love what I see. So I'm very happy with the outcome.
First of all, I love that for all of us. I love that for all of us. Go ahead, Julio.
Apologize. What was the question?
How has your mindset changed? Your self confidence, your mindset, or even your body image?
That's it's crazy. Uh, one side of me is extremely happy of all the changes. Another side of me is like, who is this guy, and is this real? Like, I just said that got clothes for my birthday. That was the main gifts. I just told everybody to just bring clothes because I need new clothes. And getting everything that I got, getting size 34 shorts, pants, shirts, large. It was my head is saying nothing's gonna fit. None of this stuff is gonna fit. I couldn't wait for people to leave so I could go upstairs and try this stuff on, because in my head I was like, this none of this stuff is gonna work. So it's weird how my brain is still not catching, hasn't caught up to where I'm at. It's like I'm happy of all these changes, but at the same time, my brain still hasn't caught up to it. And of course, I go in my room and I'm like, my wife is there and I'm putting stuff on. I'm like, oh my God, this fits. I just can't believe it. It's weird. I cannot process it. I haven't worn 34 since high school. It's crazy.
Congratulations, guy.
Thank you.
Congratulations and happy birthday again. So I heard that we got Julio coming through with a wardrobe change. Are we going to get some outfits of the day, Julio?
I was thinking I need to do another video like that. I did a video of wardrobe, using the wardrobe for instead of the scale to measure your success and your changes. Because I saw so many people really down about gaining 2 pounds or 3 pounds and worried about it. So I'm like, let me show you what really matters. Your body changing. Is really the important part, not the scale as much. So I did a video like that, and I think I'm gonna do another one with the new clothes and the pants that I put on that day on that video. I don't know how old it is. I think it's about 2 months old, the video. But I'm gonna play it again. And those jeans that I put on that day, that I was like, okay, they don't quite fit yet. I haven't worn them yet. They're a little tight, but I wore them this past week at the OAC convention, and they kept falling. I kept having to pick them back up, and it's crazy how something that, and I had those jeans in my closet for 2 years, wishing someday I could fit in them, could never fit in them. They were brand new until recently when I finally fit in them, and now they're going to become my old jeans that are too big to wear. So it's crazy how all that just changes. It's hard to wrap my head around it, but it's a very welcome feeling for sure.
Absolutely. And Trina, Gemini, known to us as Gemini Diva 79. Trina, you also have had some non-scale victories along with wardrobe change and your t-shirt collection. You want to tell us about that?
Yes. Um, my t-shirt collection has grown to 50 plus t-shirts. I'm known to wear a lot of t-shirts. Um, yeah, the last t-shirt I wore, it was given to me in a bag. Uh, Cause mine, she passed down her old t-shirts to me, and she put in one of her girlfriend's t-shirts, and her girlfriend is smaller than me, and I didn't realize it, and I wore it, and it actually fit. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I was like, okay, I can do this. I can actually see it change. I recently bought me a full length mirror,
Good for
and
you.
I look at myself every day. So
I know that's right. I know that's
we'll
right.
see.
Oh wow, we're echoing that. So let me move right along here. And so many folks are chiming in from the chat. Y'all forgive me and let me try to get more of these great questions and comments up. Ann Whitman has a special message for you, Trina. God definitely has a plan for you. Thank
Hmm.
you for sharing your story as stroke at 37. Yeah, so you're already a
37.
10-year stroke survivor. Congratulations. And yeah,
Yes.
your testimony is tremendous. Yeah. Steve says he is catching this live because of Julio's short. Great short, Julio. Thank you so much for that.
My pleasure.
And Julio, again, great point. The ripple effect has benefited your family also. I loved you sharing that. Yeah, yeah. I've always loved to travel, and I'm looking forward to just feeling so much better. I remember going to Greece last year, going to Greece with my friends, island hopping to Santorini and then to Mykonos, and then we ended the trip in Athens. And I remember my physician arming me with pain pills, and because he said, I don't want you to be in pain. I don't want you to be in pain. And y'all, just to go through life at this moment, being 39 pounds down, I have far less pain in my body, far less inflammation in my body. And that, y'all, just feeling better, just feeling better. I no longer wake up in pain. I no longer wake up in pain. And y'all, that is such a blessing. And it has, yes, I'm losing the weight, but y'all, just living a life without daily pain. And I've already had one total knee replacement, and I don't want another. I don't want to go through that again. I'm grateful for my total knee replacement, but I do not want another. Y'all, let's do this. because we want to make sure that everybody knows that it is our guy riding the tides. It is his birthday today. So y'all, I want to pull up a lot of these comments. Julio, tell us a little bit what you've got planned for your birthday, and I know that entails some special moments with your viewers on your channel. So tell us a little bit about that too, because I think you've got a live stream scheduled for tonight. Tell us a bit about that, and I'm going to pull up some of your birthday wishes while we talk about that. How about that?
Thank you so much. I so the first birthday wish that I had from my wife, she asked me, "What do I want?" She asked me, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I said, "I want you to be on on the live stream with me." So yesterday, she was on the members only live stream. That was my first wish. My other live stream, one's on Sundays, but my other one's on Tuesdays. So my live stream for everybody is on Tuesday, every Tuesday night. We call it uh, Tide Tuesdays. Sorry, Tide Tuesdays, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So my next one's tomorrow, Tuesday, and I'm hoping, I believe I'm gonna have my my good friend Freddie from the gym. He's the manager, the personal trainer at the gym, and I've invited him to be on my live stream here next to me tomorrow. So I'm hoping he makes it, because I want to share my 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 vision with GLP-1s, and the future of this community, of the GLP-1 community, is to bridge between the gym, quote unquote, the gym bros and the gym culture and the gym community, bridge with the GLP-1 community, because I believe that we are right now fighting, bumping heads and fighting each other, and I believe that both the gym community and the GLP-1 community can benefit from bridging, as opposed to, bumping against each other. And I just think that that'll be a great thing for both communities. So I'm hoping to bring him on. I've extensively talked to him today, this afternoon, and I've been talking to him now for uh, quite a long time at the gym. And so I'm hoping that takes happens tomorrow. So if you're able to, please join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. Microphone.
Happy birthday, Julio, from all of us in the GLP-1 community. I can't wait to celebrate your birthday with you. And I love that that's what you wanted from. But she said, "What do you want for your birthday?" I told my wife, "I want you." I said, well, okay then. Well, okay then, friend. No, he said he, that was funny to me. I thought that was hilarious. But friends, we want to thank all these folks who are joining us and dropping some love on the channel and the live stream. Thank you, Virginia, for your kindness. We appreciate you, friend. And thank you again to our good friend Pammy. Y'all, you can connect with Mounjaro Journey with Pam. Y'all, she has had not one, but two surgeries. Um, After excess weight loss, she is in maintenance, taking Manjaro, of course, and she has lost so much weight that she has had a number of surgeries to remove excess skin. And so check her out, her channel, y'all. She's a great resource as a person who has spent multiple years on a GLP-1. And friends, she also has had bariatric surgery in the past. So if you have questions about that, yeah, I'm trying to get all of our questions up here and our great comments coming in from our panelists, for our panelists, so that you all can see them. We've got a few more minutes left, and so I want to make sure that we get all of these up here. And Darium is still cutting it up. Julio, do you sing? Are you planning to do any singing as part of your birthday?
Not me. I mean, if you want me to, I will, but I sing horribly.
I'm not that good either. What about you, Trina?
No.
Trina doesn't
I
even want to
can't
answer
carry
that
a
out loud. She
tune
said,
to save
no.
my life.
I heard that.
No.
We do have a couple of singers amongst us, and that is Cara and most assuredly to Grant as well. Those are the singers on our panel. And we've got some comments here. I'm looking for them. I had them up earlier. Ooh, We've got a great tip here coming in from Virginia. She says to fresh squeeze some lemon with a bit of pink salt in it is also a good way to create your own natural homemade electrolytes. Yeah, you don't have to buy all of these little packets. They're just kind of like convenience type things, but you can certainly make your own with a little bit of salt and sometimes even a little sugar. Once that breaks down molecular wise with H2O, it gets to the parts of the cells that you need it to be with. Go ahead, chime in there, Julio.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I thought you had something to share about electrolytes.
I
It looked like you had something to share.
Oh yeah, I do electrolytes, but I do them when needed. Uh, Once in a while, I do feel like I do sweat a little too much. Like maybe I go to the gym in a row, 3 days, 4 days in a row. I'm going to the gym, jujitsu, and I do tend to sweat sometimes a little bit more, and I start feeling a little fatigue or a headache or something like that, and then I'll do some LMNT electrolyte. I'll do like half a packet, just kind of to just throw it in there just in case, to get myself kicked back up, make sure my electrolytes are good to go. So I back in 2023, I did the carnivore diet, and I was doing these electrolytes like every other day. And I just felt like that was a little excessive. But at that time, without carbohydrates, it was more needed. I would definitely start getting headaches if I wasn't eating, because I was just eating meat at the time. For it was almost like 7 months straight that I was only eating meat. So I did find myself needing electrolytes more often then than I do now. Now because I eat carbohydrates now, I'm eating fruits, I'm eating sweet potatoes, rice, so I don't feel like I need like I need the electrolytes as much. Once in a while, I do just to supplement.
What a great point. Thank you for talking and giving us some of the background for the need for that. And again, I did not know that I was going to need these electrolytes daily, but it was because of my blood work. So that's kind of
Mhm.
part of you taking this prescription medication. Is your doctor should want to see you and get a good complete blood panel to see where you're at. Because you're typically eating at a much significantly more of a calorie deficit than you were previously. So they're going to want to monitor all of that for you very carefully as your medical provider. And another someone, Sandra James, wishing you a happy birthday there. Julio, congratulations to Anne, who is with us on tonight's stream. She says, I haven't seen my present weight in 37 years. And y'all, friends, that takes a minute or two to get used to. And congratulations, friend. Wow. Wow. You guys, everyone on this. Sherelle says that she joined the panel with us tonight as a viewer because of seeing it on Julio's channel. She stopped in just to drop some birthday love on Julio and saw that he was going to be a part of this panel. And so thank you for joining us, however you are joining us. Thank you for sharing your weight loss story. And thank you for all of those who have been in this chat. Be Well with Cara says this necessitates a sing for Julio. Cara, where are you at, my friend? Okay, so here, Kitty K is gonna go for it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. That's all I got.
Thank you. That
That's
was
all I
great.
got. Yeah,
You're one
that's
of
what
the
I love when you
singers.
over there, Julio. He does this, and then the confetti comes. Yes. Pooh, here's some confetti. Pooh, here's
Ba, ba,
some
ba, ba.
confetti. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna be over there. You now clarify again. So, are you having a birthday live stream tonight, or is tonight some family time with the family,
I'm gonna
with your
edit
family?
today's video. I've been filming a video all day today for my birthday. So I'm gonna be editing it after this and putting it out this evening for my members. It'll come out first thing in the morning, and then I'll do a live tomorrow. Celebrate the happy birthday.
All right, so we'll be looking for your video coming out for your birthday video, and you've got still so many. You'll have to watch this one back, Julio. You've got so many birthday greetings. So one time for Julio, two times for the birthday guy. Y'all, we're wishing a happy birthday to all of you, and we wish you good health and because health is wealth. And I want to throw it back to Gemini Diva to tell everybody a goodbye, and then back to Julio, and we'll be out of here, y'all. Thank you for joining us for the GLP-1 Real Talk Live panel. Go ahead, Gemini Diva.
I want to say thank everybody. Prayers to you and good health. Make sure your health is at the top of your list, because without you, nothing else is possible.
My turn. I want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who showed up and said, hello to me. Came and saw my short earlier today and showed up here to say hello. I really appreciate it. And just like what Trina just said, I do want to piggyback off of that. We're doing all this for all those of us that are sitting at home right now, wishing there was something that could change their lives for the better. And that's why we're here. We're speaking. We're sharing this information. And for all of us that are on this journey that have a million questions that are trying to figure this out and get through it the best way possible, we're an awesome community. I love everybody. I really, really feel like I have family, not these, you guys aren't viewers or fans. You guys are family, friends. I feel a kinship to all of you. When I went on the cruise, the downsize cruise, and now the OAC conference, the relationship was immediate. The connection, the community was immediate. Every time that I talked to somebody, it didn't matter where we were from. We all had different accents. We're from different places, different cultures, but we all shared one single thing: is that we have suffered with the disease of obesity, and now we have found this amazing, incredible medication that has changed our lives 180 degrees for the better. And I just want to keep saying, and I will continue. That's what this big microphone is for me to keep sharing my story and your story, and for all of us to keep saying congratulations to each other every day, because every day is just a better day for all of us. Microphone.
Before we get out of here, Julio, you had an opportunity to meet someone that is part of the incredible YouTube GLP-1 community. You got to meet the metabolic midwife. And you went to the OAC, My Weight Matters conference. I want you to talk about the impact that attending that conference had on your life, and best wishes to Barb. She went to the conference, and then she's had some health challenges, but she is on the mend, and we are praying for you, sending all type of love and light to you, Barb. But Julio, would you, just because you are the birthday guy today, would you tell us a little bit about the impact that you, having met Dr. Anya and so many others in the GLP-1 YouTube community, in our little sector of the YouTube streets, what impact that has had on you and your motivation to just continue this weight loss journey?
That's been my biggest joy out of this entire time, this entire journey. The biggest joy has been to meet so many people in this community and be able to share with them. And I'm fortunate enough that Barb lives in Orlando. She lives 20 minutes away from me. So we've done Park Bench. That's the first time that I met her in person. A Park Bench. That's what she does on her channel. She does a Park Bench chat. It's great that you're mentioning Travis right now. You got him on the screen. I got to meet Travis for the first time in person at the OAC, and it was amazing meeting him and many others. Sandra. Sandra drove 21 hours to the OAC to, not just to meet me, to be a part of the community there as well, but a big part of it is that she came to meet me as well. And it was great meeting her. We spent the entire weekend together. We sat next to each other. We chatted. We even did a video together. I did an illustration video of someone working out, learning how to work out with Sandra. She helped me out. She was on the video with me. And yeah, meeting everybody, that to me, that's what fills my heart. I have a background in Overeaters Anonymous, which is a community. It's also, sitting down and sharing our experiences, and that's how I feel very much this community is. When we get together, it's so immediate, the connection. And I got to meet Darian for the first time, and I got to spend time with the Downsides, Christopher and Lorraine, and all the TikTokers. I didn't know the TikTokers. I'm not a TikToker, so I got to meet the TikTokers. Jamie Seltzer and all these guys, Mike, so many people. So that was amazing. Of course, Dr. Anya, oof, that was an incredible uh, chance to meet somebody who's a legend in this space. She's the scientist doing the trial research for this medication for 2 decades now. And she was so available. She spent time with me for 2 hours talking the first night. She spent a whole hour talking to me and a couple other people the second time. Gina from Anchor Moments, she was there with me the first night. We spoke to her for 2 hours. Second night, there was about 5 or 6 of us, spoke to her for another hour. And then on the third day, when she was supposed to leave, she looked for me and found me and gifted me one of her books. She wrote in it. She was so nice, so available, and so, I mean, obviously, we all know she's a genius, but the intelligence comes across, and the way she delivers her communication is beautiful. And I couldn't have been more excited than. But at the end of the day, it was all that. And one important thing I really want to mention that I learned this weekend that I didn't know, or last weekend that I didn't know about, is that there's, as part of the OAC, there's a portion of it, or a division of it, for the children. And it's called Thriving Together, and that is for children with dealing with obesity. And those children share their experiences at the convention, and it broke me down. I mean, it's going to break me down now if I talk too much about it, so I don't want to break down crying. But that alone, to see that these children doing so well, and getting to know each other and being part of the community, and seeing how that affects them positively, and their parents sharing how their children are better because of this community, was extremely touching. And that overall took the cake for me. So sorry it took so long. I just wanted to share that. Microphone.
Friends, it's a Monday, right? It's a Monday. And no, thank you for taking the time to talk about how special that was for you to meet so many. And y'all, Dr. Anya's research is some of the leading research when we talk about the disease of obesity. Y'all, she is such a prolific author and medical researcher, y'all. And she also is a licensed physician as well. And so, y'all, I'm just enjoying hearing so many stories from so many in the GLP-1 weight loss community, in what we call these YouTube streets. Y'all, I want to thank Losing It Grace, who has so many comments rolling in here, friend. Um, serious question for you, Julio. Is taking your shirt off a requirement for progress pics, or is that just a Julio type thing?
I let her know. It's a serious answer is just let me do it. And then she responded, let the pros take care of that. I'm pretty sure she was not referring to me being a pro, but thank you very much, Grace. I appreciate the comments. She's hilarious.
She is hilarious. And thank you, everyone, for all of the birthday wishes for Julio. Be well with Cara, one of our regular weekly panelists. Y'all, all of our channel links are in the description box. Be well with Cara says this is week 22 for her. She is 22 pounds down, taking the 7.5 milligram dose of Zepbound. And what she marks most about this journey is less inflammation. I know that's right. And another Zepbound user who's also taking the 5 milligram dose, as am I, is our good friend GLP-1 Planet Teachers Journey. Hi there, friend. Um, thank you for connecting with us. I know I've been over on your channel. And y'all, we thank each of you. We thank you, each of you, for sharing your journeys with us, chiming in, asking questions, and providing answers in the chat. Y'all, we had a poll question going today, and that question for us was, where are you at on this journey? If you're new to the journey, 36% of those who were joining us for the stream today are new to their journey. 50% of those GLP-1 users are now in maintenance. Isn't that wonderful to see how many folks are now in maintenance? That means they have met their goal weight and are now simply taking the medication to maintain that weight loss, similar to the ways that we take our regular medications. And for me, that's high blood pressure medication. And I'm happy to report that I am now taking just one high blood pressure. I'm sorry, I'm taking just two high blood pressure medications a day, and one of them is a water pill. But y'all, these are all positive movements in the right direction for my health. And then we have 14% of those who are thinking about taking a GLP-1. And one last question, let's use that as a last question. What would you tell someone who is thinking about starting a GLP-1? What would you tell them, Trina, and then Julio? Trina, what would you tell someone who is thinking about taking a GLP-1? Might be on the
Sorry,
fence
what was the
about it.
question?
Trina, what would you tell someone who might be thinking about taking a GLP-1?
Do
We had
what's
about
for
13,
you.
14% who said they were thinking about taking a GLP-1.
Do what's best for you. Do the research. Find out if it's right for you. Do what's best for you. Nobody else can live your life but you. So do what's best for you. If you feel like you need to take it, do the research. Talk to talk to your doctor about it, and have at it.
I say if your doctor has prescribed this medication or has told you that they are willing to prescribe this medication to you or want to prescribe it, I would say drive as fast but as safely as possible to your doctor's office and pick up this medication or the pharmacy and pick it up and use it and don't sit on it. I would say that the majority of the people that I talk to, their biggest regret is taking so long to start. And that is definitely my regret. I wish I would have learned about it and done this medication, taken this medication way before November 3rd of 2025. Of course, everything happens for a reason. And I accept that, but it was definitely my advice. If you're in need and you're suffering from this disease and your doctors told you that you qualify and you should be taking it, don't hesitate. Go for it.
I echo the responses from Julio and Trina. Yeah, if you're on the fence about taking a GLP-1, y'all run. And especially something that Julio just said, that is my only regret is that I waited so long to start the medication. That is my only regret. I would be much further along in this journey and in my weight loss, but y'all, it's so much more than just the weight loss. It's beyond the weight loss. It's just feeling better, living a life with less inflammation and less pain, a painless life. Y'all, to know what that feels like, it feels real good, y'all. It feels real good. Y'all, we want to thank everyone who has chimed in here with us today. We want to thank those who dropped supers and chats, and thank you all for spreading some love on this channel. Y'all, we'll be back here next week, and y'all look for the thumbnails, look for our posts, and y'all catch us on the replay. Y'all, we'll be answering your questions in the comments. Y'all, to check us out if you didn't get to hear us from the beginning of this stream. Y'all, thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you for spending some time with us as we talk about weight loss, giving our real stories and our real perspectives. Thank you, Harjareen, and thank you all for joining us. Y'all, if all hearts and minds are clear, y'all, we will catch you next week. I was looking for another happy birthday greeting for so that everyone can see our birthday guy. We got this is his present. This is one of your many birthday presents, including that wardrobe. Can't wait to see you give us some outfits of the day. That's what I would like to see, is some outfits of the day. And y'all check out Riding the Tide. Y'all, it's his birthday. Let's show him some love and let him know that Kendi K sent you from the GLP-1 Real Talk Live panel. Thank y'all for being here with us.